Listen for a edition of Good Dawning with myself, Josh, or Mr. Floyd, Josh, and welcome. We're grateful you're here, and yeah, we're in for another week here. Nathan and Laura and Chris and Helene, welcome, Helene. Nathan spent we got to chat over the weekend. It was nice to meet you, brother. And yeah, favor to your universe and your apartment there. Margaret, welcome. All right. So if you missed Millie, good dawning as well. Thank you all for being here. Grateful watching you guys pile in there makes my day. All right. So we had an interesting weekend. If you were on last night, I appreciate you. So it's blindly inspired. And if you need the documentation from last night, you can email me at Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com, and I will send you the documentation if you didn't get it. And I can send that to you so you can watch the replay. It's really good. She goes into the five elements. And we all agreed that the energies were really off the past couple of days. But yeah, you'll see. But it was a good show. Just weird energies, and I'm not going to disagree with Blame Inspired on that one. But good energies. But yeah, there's something going on in the collective. I can feel it. And so yeah, so Star, Chris, Mason, Karma, Margaret, Henny. That makes it easy. Millie just piles all the names in there. I can just say them all off of Millie's comment there. Thank you, Millie. Much appreciated. So yeah, we're gonna do the some tarot today, or Oracle, I should say. With I don't do tarot too well. But, Oracle, Divine Masters deck from Kyle Gray, and you see this everywhere, and it's like $15, $16 on Amazon. Black Friday, will probably like $10. So if you don't have an Oracle deck, this is definitely one I would recommend. Yeah, other than that, I had an interesting download over the weekend about me and possibly being Illyrian here to part of what we're here for is, of course, we're all here on the back end of the Orion Wars, right? That's the Tiamat, or which is the asteroid belt. Mars is already an empty, and now we're here, right? And so, yeah, I just kind of had an interesting download that maybe a lot of us here are actually like kind of like light workers, but like a light army that were dropped here to do what we got to do to help planet Earth, and kind of that's still kind of forming there, but it's an interesting download to see that maybe I'm a Lyrian. I mean, really, I'm just energy, like, but Lyrian descent, and then I'm here to exactly to help. Earth through its clone wars there. M, lots of love to you. Oh, welcome, M. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. And Nathan, you look? You do look like a cat, Josh. Very powerful. Please continue to roar and shine. Well, yeah, I have no idea, but and if you're in the chat there, I didn't see Bonnie in the chat, but get your thing in the mail today for Rooster there, the cover of the Rooster. Um, Oh, it's Lindsay. Oh, well, then why? Oh, okay, cool. You have a new. Let's do this then. Let's put user in timeout. No, add as moderator, and there you go. All right, Lindsay, you re-wrenched. All right, blessed. And so M is Lindsay. If she's hiding in the chat there. So all right, so let's see what we got going here. And again, thank you guys for last night. It was a really good show. And so join us again next Sunday. We'll have part 6 and kind of rehash what we went over. We'll go over the elements of Feng Shui. And yeah, so pardon me. All right, so let's do our daily mantra. And it's really easy. Today's mantra is, and you can repeat it after I say it. I am Andromeda. Nice. Good dawning, beautiful family. It's blindly inspired right there. Blessed. We were just talking about you last night. Blessed. So thank you all. Let's raise a hand for blindly inspired for our amazing show last night. And we will see her again, of course, in the chat right here, but we'll see her again live next Sunday night. And so today's mantra, love is the answer, right? So if you want to repeat after me, love is the answer. So whenever you're looking for an answer to anything in your universe, generally we want to lead from love. We know that we're more than just love, but love is generally going to be the answer to anything that we're trying to do. At least am I leading in love, if not anything else? All right, we're going to get staying off the grid. We're going to put user in timeout. we'll give him 10 minutes here. All right, so we removed staying off the grid. And he's off the grid now, and so but we love him and his fears and his immaturity. We love it all. All right, everybody grabs him. All right, thank you guys. Yeah, I forgot. Usually, I'm pretty good at remembering to hit the chat and turn it into just us, but I think I forgot to do that. But that's all right. I can do that now, but better not to mess with it. But nonetheless, all right. So let's do our cards here. These are again the Divine Master deck from Kyle Gray. Not as all as heavy. If you want to find a heavier deck, go get something from Alana Fairchild. This has a lightness to it that's not going to be found in an Alana Fairchild deck. So I've already shuffled these. I've been playing with them for a while. So we're going to cut the deck 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll put there we go. All right. So let's see what we get here. This would be the middle. Love is needed for peace. Love, right? Exactly. How are you leading and what are you answering? Anybody's question in. Are you answering it love or fear? There's 2 ways you can go. You can lead from love or you can lead from fear, hate, anger, distrust, all this stuff. All right, Chris and what? Yeah, thank you. Everybody grabbed it at once here. All right, so let's. I can't believe people still actually waste their time doing that. Back in the day, people would like spam videos and like make fake accounts and keep showing up. Craziness. You think by now we'd kind of move past all that, but nonetheless. All right, so what are we trying to beat today? And again, this is somebody I have no idea who this is. If anybody wants to look it up, Seraphis Bay. We're looking for a paradigm shift, and so there we go. So what are we looking to be? Activation to grow to make the necessary change. So there's necessary changes that are needing to be made. I know for myself, there's a few, but for yourself, what's necessary that needs to change? And if anybody knows who Seraph Bay, I don't know who this ascended master might be. Seraphis Bay, you can throw it in the chat there. I'd be interested to at my partner's house and fasting. Oh wow, blessed to you. Only internet on this phone. I don't intend to use it. Awesome, fantastic. All right, so favorite to your fast there, Lindsay. One and sometimes with a fast, it's 1 minute at a time, right? Big favor there. I'm not fasting, but I cut out all the oils, like all the pressed oil food and potato chips, just all of it gone. And you know what? When you cut out, when you've been eating like garbage, like my diet was terrible. And when you go and start eating like you're eating pressed oils and veggie junk, yeah, it shifts. There's a period there where it like throws your body off, and part of my mental acuity or my energetics going up and down the past couple of days, weeks, has been the shift to my diet and getting rid of like all the anything that's canola oil and safflower oil, sunflower, any of it gone. See it. And so yeah, you stop eating when you've been more diet heavy into those than I should have been, but nonetheless, and you cut those out. Wow, you get a whole mental change, and it's like going through a whole nother awakening. It's crazy. I just manifest a lot of money. It just dropped and appeared in my account. Oh wow, favor to you, Wolf, dude. Awesome. Favor. I had to. Let's finish the Divine Masters here. I'll tell you my crazy weekend. But big favor to apparently Wolf Dude here has got some some manifesting skills. We went from last week, 2 weeks ago, to no apartment to an apartment to 2 days later it was full of furniture. He's standing there smoking Canadian cigarettes. On video. So yeah, Nathan, you're doing well. You're doing pretty good, my brother. You're getting this. You're moving fast, and I'm grateful. We're all grateful. We don't want anybody to move slow, right? All right. So next is if we're trying to have a paradigm shift, activation to grow and make the necessary changes, whatever that is for you. What do you need to change? Everybody knows generally what they need to change. It's admitting it to themselves and getting through the I know to the all right, I'll make the change. Yeshua, we've had him before. So he's asking for acts of service. Part of your paradigm shift would be acts of service. I was in jail wrongly for 6 days and fasted there, so I fast this time each year. Favor. I spent the night in jail, but not it was my fault. But favor though, Lindsay. Nobody wants to. That's an experience to say the least. Big favor there. November 16th with today prayers, love are welcome. So yeah, big favor to Lindsay there, who is celebrating her annual incorrect incarceration, where she had to fast in prison, or in jail. So prison's different than jail, where she's fasting now. So favor to that. All right. So what kind of acts of service are you looking to perform, and what kind of service do you need to perform? But it's asking you to create a paradigm shift, and an act of service. Acts of service generally help to create paradigm shifts. So that would be something to make necessary changes. All right, I'm not saying anything. Kuan Yin. All right, so Kuan Yin has come through, and she comes through all the time, and she loves us. So she's asking for enlightened action, acts of service, enlightened action, paradigm shift. It's all the same thing. All right, so choose compassion and move forward with grace. So we have the mother of compassion, right? And then we have Yeshua, who was nothing but compassion, washing feet for crying out. So there you go. These cards don't lie. And then, of course, the man of 1,000 quotes, Rumi. So mystical knowing. It says break boundaries, personal experience of God. So it's asking you to make a paradigm shift. This is what we're looking for, right? My grandfather's birthday is November 15th. Favor. So we're paradigm shift. So in order to make a paradigm shift, we have to do it through acts of service, which would be enlightened action. So take enlightened action. Ask yourself, is this my higher self or my lower self taking action? You can do that. Your higher self will answer. And then Rumi, of course, we all know who Rumi is. There's 8 million quotes by Rumi everywhere on the planet. Mystical knowing. So breaking boundaries in the personal experience of God. Rumi, yeah, don't go back to sleep. Ooh, I like that. Henny with the closure on this one. Fantastic. Rumi, do not go back to sleep. Thank you, Henny. Helene, we appreciate it. And if anybody knows who Seraphis Bey is, I do not. Looks amazing, but does anybody know who Seraphis? If you do, throw it in the chat. I'm curious. All right, so today is Monday, right? So we got John Benny, and he's at 9:30 on Thursday. I check these things at the beginning of the week now. Thank you, Karma, for. So we check these things before we move forward. So today's at 9. Thursday, he's at 9:30. I'm not sure why, but so we'll have a regular show on Thursday. Today will be just a wee bit shorter. So Saturday or Sunday, just after we ended tarot time there, my phone crapped out. I had 2 cracks across the screen, as I was talking about on the Good Dawning on Friday. And the cracks that, whenever you get a crack on a cell phone screen, especially with those dual layered screens, the always on screens, it starts to separate, right? So yeah, so my old phone is now kaplooey, and I ended up having to get a new phone, but favor. Always, you know what's funny is if you trust your universe, I may not be I'm not rolling in the cash, right? Favor Nathan is. Well, I'll take a loan from Nathan, but Nathan's buying lunch, right? If we can all get to New Brunswick, which would probably take me about 5 days, but nonetheless, 4 days of driving. But anyways, maybe 3 if I'm fast. But yeah, so I've got exactly enough to cover the rest of my rent after buying a new cell phone. So it's like the universe just keeps on. You just make poof, like by a penny, right? So favor to that. But so yeah, I ended up having to get a Pixel 9. I wanted the Pro, but they had to get the XL because that's what they had in stock. So we have a new phone, and I should look a lot clearer. It's got a better camera than the other phone did. And so it's also a better microphone and everything. Link for John and guests today. Thank you, Millie. So yeah, we're on a new telephone there. So grateful. All right, so let's. It's Monday, right? So we want to cut some cords. We cut cords from our family, from anything that annoyed us over the weekend, and the like. Oops. There we go. I make sure not to have the phone set so that the volume rockers and such get knocked down. So there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to cut cords. Again, Mondays we cut cords from our family, from our parents. We do this every Monday. Even if we cut cords from our parents once, it doesn't cut every negative thing. We're only really cutting what we understand to be in our field when we're cutting negative cords. So maybe something else has come up. Maybe something's happened over the weekend. We're also cutting cords from our spouse. So if you're married and you have a husband or a wife, and or if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you can cut those cords as well. No cords there to cut. Then we have our brothers and sisters, close family, right? If you have to deal with brothers and sisters in your family, siblings, again, I don't think I've ever had siblings in any lifetime from what I can gather. But if you have had siblings in any lifetime or in this lifetime and are dealing with energetics from them, you can cut those cords as well. And of course, if you have children who you might want to cut cords from as well, yeah, you can do that also. So if fantastic. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and cut some cords here. It's real simple. In order to cut cords, all you have to do is imagine the individual itself, either a parents, mom, dad, a brother, sister, what have you. And of course, also any situations that bothered you over the weekend, right? So if there's anything that bothered you, if you went to the grocery store, you got cut off, right? Remember? Or if a skateboarder jumps in front of your car, or Friday you left work and Bob's yelling at you about your TPS reports, and you did not cut those cords, let's cut those as well. So we're going to leave nothing behind from the weekend. Any energetics, if you went and saw a movie and it was terrible, then you can cut the cord from that. Like I wasted 2 hours of my time watching this movie, whatever it might be. So let's cut cords. Again, the cut cords, we just see the individual in our third eye. We can write it on a chalkboard and erase it. We can say Bob and pull it out and cut the cord. You'd see that if you're doing like a lot of you'll see that on like energy work with like Michael or Spirit Pond or what have you, where they're doing like Reiki and stuff. They'll cut cords. So it's the same idea. This is, but we're doing it on our own. And of course, you can do this any time of the day. Somebody pisses you off, eats your lunch, takes your energy, what have you. Cut the cord, throw them out of your field. We're not getting rid of the person. We're just getting rid of the negative energetics that's coming at us. So we don't have to carry them around. And it makes our life a lot lighter in our universe, a lot better. Hi, Bonnie. I'll get you in the mail today, but or soon. And I got your magazine. All right, so let's go ahead and cut cord. So this is a self-led project here. So in order to cut cords, again, just see it in your third eye and release. So take a deep breath with me and release. One more breath. The dog destroyed the new couch cushions. There's something to throw in. Oh, favor Chris. Oh, so Chris's dog destroyed his new couch cushions. It's definitely something a cord cut because there's frustration there. But I mean, you still have to deal with it. But at least we can drop the heavier energy. Favor, Chris. We love these animals, but if they only knew what they were really doing, right? You go out for your different dog that eats your shoe, right? All right, so let's cut cords here. Ooh, big favor to Chris's new couch or new cushions. All right. So we're cutting cords, moving energetics from our field that just aren't in play with us. Or didn't sit well, or didn't land lightly. Let's put it that way. So cut, get rid of energy. All right. And of course, it's a dry day here, so we get the raspy throat. And of course, today, and I did not mention today at 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock my time. Do not forget, Laura B will be live with Tarot and Oracle with What's Up. So we will be watching Laura today. And the next week she'll be on Tuesday night. Then the following week she'll be on Tuesday night. Then the following week she'll be on Tuesday night. So, and then tomorrow night is Viviani with the Akashic Adventures. But yeah, join us again today at just really 4 hours from now, from 4 or 5 hours from now. And yeah, we will see what's up in your universe with Laura B. She's amazing. All right, so let's cut some cords. So we ended with our manifestation project, and it looks like we know Laura got what you want. We know Nathan's doing well with his manifestations too. So we're going to do another manifestation. This one, we're going to visualize a little bit differently this time. We're going to set ourselves up, and we're going to do this daily for 2025. So, right. So we only have like a month and change until we get to 2025. It blow my mind, right? So what do you want to see in 2025? We're doing something different than manifesting just in general. We're going to manifest, we're going to set the energetics for ourselves on a daily basis so that when we roll into 2025, we're rolling in really well here. Okay. Lexa, welcome. All right, so let's do so. So what we're going to do, instead of doing our 15 seconds and just manifesting and bringing in, what we're going to do is visualize 2025 and what we want in that year, what we want to see, what we want to accomplish. And we're going to do this Monday through Friday through December. That way, when we get to January, we've framed ourselves up. We'll be in vibrational space, right? We'll be in a good vibrational space to walk into 2025 with knowing what we want, knowing, because we're going to write goals, we're going to do goal setting as well. We're going to do all kinds of different things to work on moving ourselves into better energetics for 2025. To see only God and remember who I really am. There, you when you look in the mirror, you're seeing only God. But can you see past the trauma, buddy? Is the question. Most of us don't. We see right into our traumatized eyes. Then we generally can't even look in the mirror, but because we see the trauma, but we don't see anything else. All right, so let's visualize here. So what we're going to do, this is a little bit different, and we're just kind of making this up on the fly here, but really it's kind of a download by Saint Germain. And my higher self is to take a moment here. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to visualize the clock ticking over from December 31st, right, into January 1st. And we're just going to feel the awesome energetics. We're slowly stepping ourselves in to actively create 2025. Most of us, I know myself, only sort of actively created 2024. I rolled into it in a negative space, actually. Supposing to go to a New Year's party, but didn't leave the house. So, but either way, let's see what we can do this year to make our 2025 better than 2024. So if you're with us, then all we need to do is take a deep breath. So please join us. Such a nice one. Thank you, Blame News. I appreciate that, Krista. I truly do. Take a deep breath, if you would. Quickest way to center is just to take a deep breath. One more. And release. All right, so just for today, and this is going to shift on the daily, because we're really building up the energies to step us into 2025 in a higher note. So let's right now just imagine and see the word year 2025 and send it love. That's all we need to do. So we're going to take 2025. We're going to hold it up at it to its highest light, right? If we hold something up, we're not literally holding it, but we're just seeing it in a high light. We're seeing it in a purple light. We're seeing it in a golden light. Maybe you see it written out like neon, like choosh. But either way, we're holding 2025, the year. Sounds weird, but this is really, we're prepping ourselves into, I'm working with give yourself 3 months. There we go. So in this case, we've only got a month and change till month and a half till 2025. But and it blows my mind, and it blows yours. The entire 20 gone, just like that. And 6 months of it, almost, we've been channeling, doing good dawning. Only the operative word, I do see God. I want to see only God. That's where the miracles are. Absolutely. All right. So this is going to be kind of a self-guided project. At least today's portion of it will. So when we say close your eyes, all we want you to see is the number 2025 and send it love. We're prepping our internal body, our internal self, to slide into 2025 with less fear, with no trepidation, with no worry, with a plan, with energetics, with moving forward, with positivity, and with love and light, of course. So, ready with me? Take a deep breath one more time. Release. And this is, again, it's like a 30-second manifestation. We're seeing the word 2025. You can see it on a chalkboard. You can write it down. Whatever it is for you, but hold up 2025 into the highest light. We'll do this for 30 seconds, beginning now. Seeing 2025 in its highest light. We're seeing the year. We're not fearing 2025. We're seeing it with love. We're seeing it with peace. All right, that was 17 seconds. So, yeah, it's that fast. And so that's all we need to do. And what we're doing is we're slowly going to be setting our energetics so that when we cross over, by the time we get to 2025, we're going to have a good visualization of what we want for that year. We're going to step into that year with goals, right? We're going to do some goal setting. We're going to step into 2025 in a positive manner. And of course, for some reason, the song Step Into Christmas is stuck in my head now. Nonetheless, I have to listen to Christmas music at work, and it's generally the same 15 songs. So yeah, so they're stuck in my head. But rolling over and over and over. But yeah, so from your end there, if you have any trepidation about moving into 2025, be it based on certain things that are happening in January, swearing in ceremonies, or otherwise, we're going to send love, peace, and energy on the daily to the new year, to ourselves, and to step in through that portal, which January, December 31st at midnight is a portal, right? So we're going to step through that portal at midnight. And of course, I'll still won't be through the portal when you guys are, but we're going to step through the portal into our best energetics for 2025. So hopefully, yeah, we can keep doing so here. It sounds silly, but it's a fab. My favorite Christmas CD is, I love, who doesn't like Charlie Brown's Vince Garibaldi, Vincent Garibaldi. Christmas time is here. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's the best probably. We all grew up with Charlie Brown, so even if it's like the music soundtrack to our childhood. My birthday, I know two people now, Nathan, who are you. I have another friend who was born on December 31st, New Year's Eve. But yeah, so Nathan's birthday will be. So Nathan always goes through a portal on December 31st. So favor to you, Nathan, and Karen. Oh, okay, cool. Chloe, speaking of invoices, I did get it, but your invoice is sitting here in front of me right now. So I get paid shortly, and I will get you. But we had to dump all the fundage to the phonage, and grateful because otherwise there was that. It's interesting how they didn't panic. You know, it's interesting when you go through your universe, right, and things happen, right? Crash a car, your phone craps out 2 minutes after tarot time with Adam, and your phone screen craps out. Yeah, it's the green here. I'll show you. It's like the green screen of death here. But so it's interesting once. There we go. 800 different notifications. All right, so yeah, it's a green screen of death. So this is my old phone. You can see the strike marks here. I get but yeah. So but what's amazing about, there we go. What's amazing about is that I didn't panic. You know, generally when we have these things happen to us, what do? We flip out, right? We panic, we flip out. I did have a bit of one for about 10 minutes, but then I got to the store and I was just like, it's going to figure itself out. And thankfully, within a couple of bucks, there, I still got enough to cover the rest of my rent. So, can you let go and trust and just let it happen? Because that's in this case, that's kind of what did. And so grateful there. But yeah, so let's do some quick energetics here. I and just trust. This is trust, right? Just, you know, I didn't even have my. You know what's even weirder is I didn't have my Google password, so I had to try to get my laptop fired up, and that's like Fred Flintstone starting a car, and so yeah, but we got it all worked, and that's amazing. What did Henny say there? All right, my yearly New Year's resolution is do things differently and do different things. That's awesome. I love that, Henny. So yeah, that's what we're walking into 2024. We're going to do it different, or 2025. Walking out of 20. Ooh, incoming call. Let's decline that. That was weird, but it's cool. It doesn't take away. We know what happens now. We can even do this. Actually, it's going to do not disturb. All right. So we learning the new phone, right? So if you get a phone call on the Pixel phone during a live broadcast, nothing happens. We will not lose the live. Grateful. On the Samsung phone, we would lose the live. So, but there's also, I just found the do not disturb. So we got to take care of it. All right. So let's do some energetics here. We're going to get you guys over to John. And so we've got the rose quartz. We're going to bring in Saint Germain. We'll do a short but sweet channeling here and get you guys over, because the rest of the week, we got an hour each day. So, all right. So we can count down to get into Saint Germain here. The energetics, if you haven't noticed this the past couple of days, the energetics have been really a little twisty. We were discussing that last night on the show with Blindly Inspired on Feng Shui Talk there, or Feng Shui Talk. But so yeah, if you're feeling a little goofy or out of it, just write it out. The energies are gonna be weird for a while. I think there's we're in that open space in the collective where we've passed the November election, right? And now we're waiting till January, and it's just this open space and favor. Just send love to it all, because yeah, the energetics definitely are a little twisty for sure. But all right, so Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here. And yes, the energetics have been a little shifty to say the least, but it is about you and your energetics. So if you are feeling the greater SARS field, it is up to you to ground into who you are, to the love that you are, and to drown out, turn away the greater SARS field and say, I am not in my universe, not right now at least. So you got better things to deal with in the greater SARS field than dealing with the heavy energetics, and I got better things to do, right? So you do not need to deal with that. You can feel it, acknowledge it, right? If you are feeling the greater SARS field, you are bringing your energetics are coming down, and you are going, what is going on? I am feeling heavy, right? And I, my universe as well, but I am feeling heavier energies. If you are feeling the heavier energies in your universe, realize it is most likely the greater SARS field, and let it go. Realize, okay, there's nothing I can do. I can be of love for myself. So go ground, go hug a tree, hug somebody, eat your favorite food, watch a comedy show, anything to raise up your energy, just to slide it up. But you know, even at that, just acknowledging that you are feeling the denseness of the greater SARS field is all that you really need in your universe to bring yourself back into Grand Center. Because you realize we get conflated, right? Like, ooh, why am I personally, right? Me. Why am I feeling out of energy? What did I do? And we will sit around and try to figure it out and bang our heads and whatnot. But generally speaking, the energetics you are feeling that you are out of place in are just your energetics, right? And we did not forget about our 15 seconds of peace. We are going to do that at the end of the show to close it out. So we are remaining blindly inspired. But let's do some quick energetic work. In about 5 minutes, we will close out to get you over to John Benny. We are not trying to abdicate the show, but we agree that a little bit of cleansing from Saint Germain and cleansing from John Benny and Viviani, of course, who is part of the family, so we support her too, right? So is John. But nonetheless, we want you to clean out your inside. So like your syrup of Ipecac, right? So you go take your syrup and vomit out all the bad energetics that John will find in your universe, in your body, right? So that's why we go over to John. And it is a good thing. You are getting more energetic work, right? We would only go another 15 minutes or so anyway. So you go over to John, you get your clearing. When you go over there, you put it all in capitals and give him a bonus like a PayPal and say, we thank you, right? There you go. You do not have to, but we are grateful. Not Bob and Fran again. Well, Bob and Fran, they're going to end up getting married at this point, right? Fran talks about her children, and Bob likes to dovish around about the TBS report. So, but nonetheless. All right. So, did you put your cover sheet on the TPS report? That is the real question. Otherwise, you're going to have 5 separate bosses who are going to come around to your cubicle. And of course, if you aren't leaving early on Friday, you might have to work on Saturday and Sunday if your boss lumbers over to your desk, right? So there we go. All right, so let's take the rose cards, and we are going to use the, if you are down with the energetics, you are cool. If you are not down with the energetics, you are cool. Just flip your phone down. Go somewhere. Go to John. We are not going to be very long, but nonetheless, we have to ask your permission, right? We do not want to throw energies at you that you are not wanting to have or did not give permission to. That is not fair to you, right? So there you go. Are Bob and Fran the same as Fred and who's Fred and Faye? But Bob and Fran, no, Bob is just everybody's boss. He's the boss that everybody tends to have. Not like maybe, but then I don't know who's Fred and Faye, but nonetheless. All right, so we are using the rose cards because we want you to be balanced, right? We should have new stuff today. I know that. Are you saying like Fred Astaire and you could say Fred and Wilma, right? Might be older than you think. Josh is 51 years old, so he was born in 1973. Older kid show. Oh, okay. Then we do not know who they are, nonetheless. But Josh was on Rampa Room as a child, and one episode of Rampa Room. Whoop. All righty, we are energizing you for the day. But really, if you are out and about in your universe, do not let others bring you down, and do not let the greater source field come into you. Remember, You are your own source field. Do you allow the energetics of the greater source field into your universe or not? It is really up to you. You make that decision. You are the grand arbiter of your energetics. So if you want to sit there and swallow the garbage and the heaviness from the greater source field, then go ahead, sit in front of your televised vision. Go read your newspaper. Go pick up a magazine, right? But nonetheless, if you want to turn off the televised vision, turn off the newspapers, turn all off, and sit in yourself. Sit in the love. Go sit in the sun. Go put your feet on the grass. Go eat a salad. Go pet a dog or a cat, right? Then you will find yourself in center in love, and all of that will go away. Because it's only that if you are grounding into it. Otherwise, it does not exist. Ooh, we have 14 in the chat, 14 in the likes. So you could look that up. Joanne Sacred Scribes. We might be telling you something. 14, but you have to look that up, right? All righty, folks. We aren't going to go too much longer here. We are going to get you over to John Benny. We try to keep some of these shows at about 40 minutes and the others about an hour. So the algorithm that doesn't move too much, right? It doesn't have much rhythm to it. But 40 minutes is okay if you do an hour. Somewhere, if you keep 40 minutes, right, like today, and then an hour like the rest of the week, the algorithm is good with that. If this show is 30 minutes and then the next show is an hour, your algorithm on the tube is very conflated and it does not like that. So, but we are Saint Germain, no more Archangel Raphael. He is on his own. And we are grateful. And we have channeled through Josh for you, to you. So your day, if you are out in your universe and you are feeling the collective energetics, take a moment, go find a dog and pet it. Go breathe, close your eyes and take a deep breath and push it. Go ground into the grass. If you are watching the sun start to set, maybe do a quick sun gazing, right? You just quicken and close your eyes. But we are not saying to stare to stare into the sun, but as the sun is setting at the last 20 degrees, you can look at it. It's not going to burn your eyes as much, right? And you can quick sun gazing, right? Take off your glasses, close your eyes, and look up. That works too, right? But nonetheless, what are you doing? Go stare at a lake or something. But it is up to you. It's your responsibility when the energetics of the greater source field come in and want to slap you upside the head, like Jake Paul did to Mike Tyson over the weekend. Right? He slapped him upside the head. So when the energetics of the greater source field do that, it is your responsibility to step out of the ring, right? So to speak, and step out of the fodder of a televised vision that might be on. Step out of the energetics of the newspaper that you are trying to read, maybe, or the magazine, or what website are you on? Or whom are you talking to? Maybe you are talking to somebody who is grandly disappointed in the election results, for example. So you are getting all that negative energetics, right? What are you reading? What are you seeing? It's your universe. You make those decisions, but it's up to you to continue to allow the greater source field, the heavier energetics to rain down on you. You can clear it out and say, I'm going to my universe, my source field. I do not allow for that, and I'm going to go step out and take a walk. I'm going to turn it all off because you can. You are in your own field. It's only that when you reach out far. You have to keep this in mind. I'm going to say this once, and I won't say it again. You, as a human being, are the ones who are reaching out into the negative, heavier, energetic source field. You are the ones who are standing in it. You create yourself stepping into it. You have to turn on the TV, right? Nobody does that for you. You have to pick up the newspaper or go to maybe the Newsweek YouTube or website, right? You have to go to CNN and read it, right? You are the one putting yourself in those energetics. If you are standing around people that don't fit your energetics, again, you created the situation by standing there around people who don't fit your energetics, right? It's your responsibility to keep up the field that you are living within, right? So keep all that in mind. We are not going to keep you too much longer here. Let's get you over to John Benny, releasing transmission. There we go. So we got 40 minutes. We cannot have the show less than 40 minutes. Otherwise, YouTube with the hour-long show we will slide out of the algorithm. So there we go. All right. So I'm back. if you're out and about in the universe there and you're with negative nillies, it's your responsibility to step out of their field. It's your responsibility to not have to step away from their energetics, to not swallow what they're doing. If you are watching with people who are watching negative stuff, it's your responsibility to get up and turn away from it. If you're surfing around the web, it's your responsibility not to go to CNN.com or MSNBC, right? And if you want to, you can, but it's you're responsible for your energetics. And whatever's going on around you in the source field that might try to bring it down, it's your responsibility to step out and go pet a dog or ground or stare at the sun or breathe or just walk away, because you don't have to play in it. Or even boundaries, right? I'm sorry, but I don't really want to hear that. I love you, but I'm not down with listening to that. 6/5, yes, it just goes on and on, my friend. All right, I got to push my universe at 6 a.m. to get up and go for a walk. Awesome. At 6 a.m., I'm not a morning walk person. I don't like cold, so unless I'm being chased. 12:12. All right, guys. Sherry and yeah, whatever happened to Sherry and lamb chop? There we go. Lamb chop, right? They got supplanted by Teletubbies, right? We got at least I'm grateful I was a kid when I was. We had like Captain Kangaroo and like Bozo the Clown and Syndicate, basic stuff. We didn't have. What is a Teletubby and all this stuff anyway? All right, guys. 6/5, yes, it just goes exactly. I had to go listen to one of my favorite shows, and it grounded me again. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to get you over to John here. I love you all. Stay awesome. We will, of course, the rest of the week, we've got just regular, will be an hour. John's not till 9:30 on Thursday. I checked. I do my checking in advance, thanks to Karma there, who's not actually in the chat right now, but who saved me that 1 week when John wasn't around. So one vacation, but did not know. So thank you. Today, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock my time, or if you're West Coast, it'll be noon. We have RB with What's Up With Your Universe, Tarot and Oracle. First 8 people through the door there, we will take their names and put you on the list. And it's usually about an hour and a half and a good time. Then Tuesday night, we have Viviani with Akashic Adventures, and I think that's it for the whole week, other than regular shows. I do this week is Mother Goddess Isis, and so I'm going to go film her, and I will see you guys. I'll pop into John's chat there, but have an amazing day, and I love you, and stay awesome, guys, and see you all in the next. Stay amazing. Love you guys.